Hello, testing, testing. Hello. Um, Hello, YouTube. Just getting online here. Sorry for a bit late. Just want to plug in. Just want to make sure everything is working the way they should, so we don't have any surprises halfway into the live stream or any more surprises when it comes to editing afterwards. I am hearing everything that the microphone is picking up very sensitively. I don't know if you guys could hear everything that's going on my desk. Just putting pens and paper away and all the good things. So yeah, let me just wait a few minutes for people to slowly stroll in, and then we will begin. So today's session is on psychic domination and thought implantation. So it's one of the more requested things on black magic. When you think of black magic, a lot of people automatically think of well, getting people to act the way you want. Like voodoo dolls or mind compulsion, and people falling in love with witches, or a lot of the stories goes that way. I've heard stories when this is coming from uh, in, I guess, like 15th, 16th century, where white explorers from Europe, Portuguese and Spanish, first arrived in Asia by sea. They would go into places like Indonesia. I don't think they went that far yet. They definitely went to China, through Thailand, and then they went to Taiwan, and then coming on to not so much in Japan, these stories, but they go for quote unquote not so developed villages where the white explorer would have drank something, or he had participated into a ritual, and then he find himself falling in love with a native, or I don't want to say it in a derogatory way, but like finding themselves in love with um, the village's ladies, and then he never leaves that village again, and then you know and when the comrade found him, and then they captured him and bring him back, and then the explorer was said to have no memory of what happened in the last few years. He may have remembered participating in a ritual, or drank something, or ate with the villagers, and then their mind was just blanked out. I guess in voodoo too, one of the most popular um, um, cultural references to voodoo are like voodoo dolls, right? Or sympathetic magic, as we call it now, where you create a doll of somebody, or like a symbol of somebody that is in the shape of a doll, and then you manipulate the doll, and then that person in real life start acting the way you want to as a puppet. um, so the point is not to get into details of voodoos. Maybe we will do a whole other live stream on that, but we can say that psychic domination and thought implantation are a key tenet of witchcraft and a key tenet of black magic. It is one of the first thing people think of, and is most requested. So I see we have some people strolling in. You're welcome to ask me any question, or um, share your experiences on uh, psychic domination or thought implantation. I've started to roll out those services in the last few months, and we got a lot of clients on that, and they were all excited, and they wanted to do more, and then they are seeing good results. So in real life, it will probably not um, work out the way it works out in movies, although sometimes it does. Um, like sometimes I guess like a lot of clients or a lot of people want to insert something very complicated and it doesn't go through, right? So I guess like you could influence somebody definitely to sway a different way. It is the more directionally, um like it's more like giving somebody is like a direction to push through. um it would likely work less effectively if the thought implantation is too specific. It just got lost in translation or got lost in the astral space, or they receive it differently. For example, if you want to make sure that Johnny comes to your birthday party, okay, that in itself is good. You should stop there, right? But if you tell Johnny to like wear something leather and bring two birthday cakes and arrive 15 minutes earlier, and you have to say I love you, and he has to like dance in the middle of your party, and then he will be your puppet for the whole party, and then he's going to say hi to your parents, and then he's going to eat exotic food and only go to the bathroom once in like 4 hours. um, that would be an example of like too much instructions. For so like in this scenario, if you just persuade Johnny to come to your party or have a strong compulsion to go to your party, and then maybe when he does, he have like strong feelings about you, or if you are trying to hook him up with your friend, have Johnny and Stacy, have good connections, that would work. That would give you higher probability of working out. Um, it is not, I guess, like I do a lot of hypnosis, as you know, and we have seen a lot of persuasion. Let's put it that way. Um, I guess I'm in the persuasion business. I mean, it's the same persuasion as persuading somebody to quit smoking or stop using chemicals, or persuading somebody to work harder in school, or persuading somebody to open up their full potential in like athletics, or day trading, or um, making more money, etc. All the good things we do as in hypnotherapist office, those are all persuasion, right? Um, and we see it work out. We see it not just the end of the session and then we say goodbye. We have to track somebody's progress, and then we watch it develop over the months and over the years and how it works out, right? Um, so it has a much better chance of working out your thought implantation and your psychic domination if it integrates into somebody's mind, and it integrates somebody's habits, integrates into somebody's mind frame or world map. It's the same way you learn anything in school or learn anything at all. Sometimes you do a lot. I see a lot of students do poorly in school because they just try to take the lessons and eat it as like a foreign idea and try to regurgitate it back into tests, right? The student who do best is to integrate the knowledge with their daily life and to integrate their knowledge of all the other things they've learned, right? In a way, you are helping somebody learn your point of view with psychic domination and thought implantation. Um, Maybe you see a certain issue a certain way and you want other people to see it that way too. The specific act comes from the specific behavior comes from a thoughts that they have, right? Um, Once you help somebody see things your way, that then everything else will just develop naturally. You don't have to spend so much time maintaining a certain expectation of outcome on your part and on their part. Um, so we have a quiet room today. Anybody here want to say hi? Right, let me just get everything situated here. Let me get rid of my jacket. It was cold this morning, and then it warms up quite a bit. And I don't have enough time to make coffee this morning, so we have to do with Red Bull. So that's not a beer that you hear. That is a Red Bull opening. All right, so we have Red Bull going. So I don't see a lot of comments. I don't see a lot of people in the room. That's fine. I guess a lot of people come in afterwards to watch these live streams. Last week live stream kind of went viral. We have over 800 hits on that live stream. If you are one of those people that only wants to come after and then watch, that's fine. But if you're one of those people that watch the live stream every week afterwards as a recording, try to come on the live stream itself, and then we can chat, and then you can ask questions. Hello, the baby. How are you? Uh, First time meeting you, I believe. I don't remember seeing you before, but we could have met on other social media and other platform. The baby said, Dion, I have a problem. Okay, yeah, do tell. All right, so while we wait for the baby to come up with questions, okay. The baby said it's okay if you remember. Okay, so this is I don't so yeah, so send me a DM. I don't know what happened. Yeah, do that. We don't want to get too personal here. Um, yeah, so if you have a specific questions to do with um, today's topic or black magic, we'll be happy to answer. I not sure about the specifics of this. Oh, hello, FGFG. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Are you still in? Are you still on vacation, or you're back in Hong Kong? The baby said, "How's your journey so far?" Yeah, I think it's going well, my friend. Thanks for asking. I don't quite remember if I've met. Um, Sorry. So FGFG, oh, you're at home now. That's great. So the FGFG today's topic may interest you. Although we're not going to mention the specific spirit that you want to work with, but I think we are touching on a lot of themes that you may be interested in. You and your patron spirit may also be very interested. That is on mind control and psychic domination. The baby said the one who talk about Mongols, etc. Okay. It's me, the other user. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hey, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining us. So we are talking about psychic domination today. um, and thought implementation. So we are going to start the hypnosis session soon enough. Um, so in the past, I don't have a lot of. The reason why I don't really give a lot of lecture during these session is because I want you guys to actually experience the power itself, um, through actually like feeling it and using it. That is much better than any quote unquote lecture that I can give. It also feels like a lot of lectures and YouTubers that you hear. Okay, let me just situate myself a little bit better so I'm not like bending over the mic. This way I can breathe a little bit better. Yeah, so the reason why like I don't go declare things about a certain spirit or Satan or how the heaven works and things like that, because I think like that is we can approach this more rationally, right? A lot of I guess like past literature, including grimoires that you're familiar with, right? Like the Grammarian Verum and to some extent, Alison Crowley and all the big shots that wrote grimoires and the things you're familiar with, in many ways, they write it to make themselves sound more grand, right? Like everybody wants to be more biblical and they declare things. And for us, the people who are, and for them, they are selling books. Alistair Crowley is selling books. That's fine. Um, and I guess like this is what they need to draw more bigger crowd, right? But I guess like our purpose is a little bit different. Of course, I would like to clickbait more and have more people come into this room and watch our live stream. Um, but like our purpose is a little bit different, right? We are actual practitioner. We are using these powers. We are using we are using black magic in a daily life to help elevate ourselves, right? Like, and their real stake in the information I give out. And a lot of people who are watching this right now, who will be watching this later, have a professional relationship with me. And the things I say here, they're going to take it to apply it into the real life and try to bring results to their endeavors, right? So I can't just declare things and make me sound good and then that's it. Things I say have consequences, and this is why you hear me being very careful with what I say, right? Like whereas other YouTubers will say, "Yeah, do this and you will dominate everything, and then you'll make tons of money," and then you go out and then it doesn't work that way, and then it could have some consequences on the other end. I can give you my experiences, the real experiences, and case studies and things like that. Everything I say is real. That way, you can take it and then see if you can apply it to your real life, and then you're gonna see all this benchmark showing up in your life. So, like for us, I guess like it's a bit of an oxymoron when I say this. Is this is evidence based magic? I guess I'm going to trademark this term. Um, I'm going to trademark this term. Okay, let me say that for legal purpose. I'm trademarking this term called real black magic. Um, whereas other kind of magic and witchcraft, people could make things up and they would do well. I mean, all power to them, right? But like by real black magic means like things I say are testable in real life and can be modified through tests and trial and error and through the scientific principle. Um, that way, you can build on everything I say to you now, which is kind of like what science at the end of the day is about, right? Like science, science is not about facts. Science is not about even about truth. Science is about a process to seek truth, right? Um, things we know for sure scientifically in the 30s are like kind of like witchcraft or I don't want to use that word in a derogatory way, but it sounds more like novelty. Let's put it that way, or fantasy, right? When we look at scientists in the 30s, there's this like mystical, um, novel, misty feeling or black and white feeling to it. It's a nostalgic kind of time when you are back looking at the discoveries, quote unquote, in the 30s. You look at pictures, astronomy's pictures or photograph from the 30s, which is only 100 years ago, which is not that far back. Um, and then you see it as like a Maxwell from ancient history. That's fine. So, like, my point is like things I say right now. My intention is that it is a sort of a factual, quote unquote, my experiential foundation of what's happening, uh, of my discoveries, quote unquote, in black magic right now. And hopefully somebody would take it and then, experiment with it. And then once it just experiment a few times, it could be turned into science or pseudoscience. And then over time, it's going to evolve, right? Just as I guess like things that Aleister Crowley said are not quite resonating with me. I guess like maybe for his time, it is phenomenally fitting. That's why he became so well known, right? Or even things from Ars Goetia, or if you read the Grammarium Room, they have the green butterfly ritual, which is like you go to a church and you dig a hole and then you pray and then you like walk around with a box and then you stick some notes under a church bench. For us, this is like crazy, weird stuff. Like, yeah, you can go to a church, but you can't like dig a hole in your church, right? But back in the time when the Ars Goetia was written or Grammarium Rome was written, um, you know, you churches are just benches on a mud floor, and I don't know what they do back then, but I guess like people could dig holes in the church. So it is fitting for their time, and things I say right now is like fitting for our time, right? All right, so we have successfully burned about 20 minutes. So the baby, you have a question? Okay, yeah, what is your question, my friend? So we're gonna start the hypnosis session soon. So like there's some major tenets on psychic domination in terms of black magic and witchcraft. Um, the primary force, if you're just joining us the first time, you're new to black magic, is the primary force of black magic is your willpower. Um, it is essential to both psychic domination and commanding, quote unquote, commanding angels and demons and god forms and your spiritual evolution. Of course, we can expand more on that, but willpower rules supreme in black magic. Um, this is why you hear me keep discourage you to think too. What's the word? Living too luxuriously. That's fine, right? Like a lot of people when they come to see a black magician or and they come onto this behalf, thinking that they could sit by a pool and hot waitress is going to feed caviar right to your mouth. That's fine. That's a good experience to have. But you want to do activities that strengthens your will, right? I used to tell my clients to, especially the people that wants to work with a higher level, um, quote unquote demons like Satan or Lucifer or I say so, or like a war spirit, um, like Samael, to take a cold shower, like stand in the cold shower for 5 to 10 minutes. Well, of course, nobody does that. I don't want to out anybody, right? So, like, I remember in when I was first starting doing commercial black magic, a client would tell me that he would take a cold shower already for like 2 to 3 minutes, And then Satan said to me, tell him to take a cold shower for 15 minutes. I was like, what are you talking about, Satan? Just tell him that. Okay. And so I told him, yeah, if you want to work with Satan, he wants you to stand at the cold shower for 15 minutes. And the guy goes, hey, no problem. I'll do that. I've already been doing cold showers. And then like a month later, it still hasn't done it. Like so far, after a few years, I asked him, did you manage to stand in the cold shower for 15 minutes? I said, yeah, no, I've been trying to do that. So I guess like that's Satan's way of showing me that most people don't even have the willpower to stand in the cold shower, let alone working with like the darkest force in the universe, right? So yeah, so like the point of the cold shower is really to just strengthen your will. The spirit is going to send you on task to test your will to succeed, right? Friedrich Nietzsche talked about how people are not born equal. So like this is like late 1800s, and we are separating from class system to utilitarian system where everybody are equal, right? Um, Friedrich Nietzsche, who is basically the founder of all modern philosophy, like every ideas you have encountered, 20th and 21st century, have some way to do with Friedrich Nietzsche. And of course, you should already know who he is. I'm just telling you to show you the significance of this. He said, people are not born equal. And he doesn't mean that by race, by birth, by money, by health. Friedrich Nietzsche said, people are separated by their will to power. This is why you see like a lot of people coming from the poor, and then they have this powerful will, and then they dominate and they become tycoons, become very rich, or they become a warlord or whatnot, right? And you see a lot of people from high birth just live like a very mundane life, and if they've done anything, it is more like for show. Oh yeah, so if you can walk away from this as a lesson, if you want to be a stronger black magician or witch or a voodoo priest or just any priest at all, is to strengthen your will through, I guess, like pain. Like don't hurt yourself, right? Like standing in a cold shower is not gonna kill you. Um, Probably not. Like, don't quote me on that. Like, don't try this and then get a cold and then sue me for this. Okay, but like, ask a doctor if a cold shower is right for you. Um, and after like 5 minutes in a cold shower, another 5 more minutes, it's not gonna hurt you. Like, it's the first like 5 seconds that is really like painful. So yeah, everybody go take a cold shower or or do things that are incredibly difficult. That way, you can test your will. Will is something that people would say that, oh, I have a strong will, blah blah blah. No, you don't. You have never tested it. And the more you exercise your willpower, the stronger it will get, right? And sometimes we say like winning and losing as a finality, right? But sometimes you find yourself don't have enough willpower for like one day, and then you work on it, and then you have stronger willpower the next day. So it is something that you actually need to exercise. Um, do something very difficult, right? Do something that you do not necessarily envision your success. Oh, and another story I can tell you, and this was channeled from the spirits, is when I was starting um, my commercial practice. Is I think it was either Belial or Jeremy told me that to push on your short side. Um, of course, it's easy to do things that you have a lot of expertise in. Um, you have a lot of experience in, and of course it's fine to start a business or push an endeavor that you are already very good at. That's fine. But the spirits really asked me to push on my short side. Like, do something even handicapped it, or do something that you're not good at. That way you can like grow more and experience your willpower more, as because you have to like really squeeze yourself to do something that you're uncomfortable with. I guess like going out of your comfort zone is a good way of saying it, but that is still a bit too soft, right? Like if you can't do math, you enroll, you go to university and try a degree on astrophysics or something, right? Or you are like afraid of blood, but then you go take a class on first aid or whatever to really confront your short side. Or you stuck at baking, and then you push yourself, you buy a bakery or you start your own bakery, or even like you bake a cake to your friend's party, right? um it could suck really bad, but then you are being forced to use your willpower to solve a lot of problems, right? And it's true sometimes, like a lot of things that you plan out doesn't work out the way they want, right? But like sometimes you just really want something to happen and you push yourself through a difficult task, and things started to work out, sort of magically, quote unquote. Like things start to align themselves, and the right people showed up at the right time. The right knowledge showed up when you need it, and that is an example of using your willpower in a magical way, right? Um, it is not the movies, remember. Like you don't like will it and then it appears in front of you. You sort of have to like, for example, uh, in the early days when I started my video business, I have no idea how to make a video. I went to Best Buy and brought a camcorder. I have no idea how to use it. People talk about mini ETVs and what's the other thing, 8-track, or I forgot what the other version. It was that long ago, right? And then I just bought the cheapest one. I have no idea how to edit it, so like I was using Windows Editor, and this was pre-YouTube days, right? And somehow I built a business that still going after 20 years, and I have a following on that. That's my one of my other practices, and a lot of things just happen naturally. The right people show up at the right time. Um, the right clients shows up at the right time. I'm always a little bit ahead of the curve. I brought a high definition camera right at the time when YouTube was exploding. So like I was the only person who was putting up high def footages. Remember, 1080 high def was a big thing in the early 2000s. And then back then that channel got a lot of hits, and then my videos sold a lot of copies. All it comes back to me not knowing what I was doing to start with, and then through the sheer willpower, things start to fall in the way. I had no idea what black magic was at the time, right? And I guess like my sheer willpower to succeed, um, have convinced a lot of spirits to help me along the way. I'm sure you have story like that to tell. So, oh hello, IG. Hey, Kster, how are you? So I've taken some notes. Let me just go through them very quickly. Um, and then we'll start the hypnosis session. Okay. So psychic domination. So the first thing you want to consider is your willpower. It is a primary force for magic. It is about the second point I want to make is about you are manipulating energy and projection. So like your thoughts, the exact language of the thoughts, secondary. Um, Sometimes I hear a lot of law of attraction people try to become too fancy with their language, and that is like sending a lot of mixed signal in the universe. You're actually manipulating energy, and you're projecting energy, right? Whether you're projecting out into the universe, you're projecting out into your target psyche, or you're projecting it out to a large group of people. you are manipulating your energy, and you are trying to be in sync with their energy, right? So you are manipulating energy and projecting energy. Um, Visualization and symbolism. So you are visualizing the kind of action that the other person want to think, or the thoughts they want to have. So, like, I guess in a way that you are projecting a vision onto others, or you can also project sound. You can also project feelings. Feelings by mean like a specific sensation that they're feeling, right? Uh, I've done this experiment before where I was trying to psychically project hot and cold to the target, and then after a while you can clearly see their body react. As when they're feeling hot in the wintertime, they would be taking off their clothes, and they were in in the summertime when I project thoughts of coldness, I can see them reaching for their scarf. Well, they're not having a scarf. They're reaching for like their jacket, I guess, or they're clearly shivering, or their arms are crossed on their chest, and they're holding themselves a little bit tighter because I've been projecting the coldness into them. Um, when you project thoughts, you want to have absolute confidence and authority when you project these. Um, another thing that about working with the occult and working with spirits is a lot of people ask me what not to do. This is one thing you don't want to do, is to be wishy-washy. Change your change your ideas a lot of times, and then you're not sure, and you are looking for something. Hello, Cersei. You are what was my train? Oh, so you actually want something, but you are trying to test the spirit by asking for something less, or you say, "Oh, I want this," which is not what you want. There was this time when this guy asked for a love spell, and he was saying that all I want is this girl to fall in love with me. That's all I want. And then Lucifer said, "No, that's not all he wants. Give it a few weeks, and he will want more." No, I haven't heard from that guy again. I really didn't reply a lot to them. It's one of those. He was kind of test the water a little bit, and then Lucifer saw through him. Right? He was just, this guy's not serious. So yeah, so they can see through you. So you better be absolutely confident and speak with authority when you do deal with spirits, or when you're projecting thoughts. Right? If you have wishy-washy thoughts, or if you're not sure about what you want, then wait a minute before you do your psychic work. It's going to make your life very complicated. Um, and with black magic, right? We are working with spirits, and although this particular hypnosis session, we are not going to evoke any particular spirit for this session, because we want to keep it. Um, we want to include more people, um, but we are actually evoking. Well, even if you don't evoke a spirit, you are evoking a spirit when you do magical work. It is like you have to go through these spirits, and then they're going to make the paths for something to happen. I know it sounds good. It all comes down to human power and whatnot, and your mind is, you can overcome the spirits or whatnot. You're never actually, like, I think, like, it sounds good when you have this model of me versus them kind of mentality. It wakes you up. Whatever it takes to get you through the day. It's good enough. But what the mechanics is, even if you don't evoke spirit for magic to happen, you are actually sending a signal for these spirits to help you. Um, so you may as well evoke a spirit that you're comfortable working with, and then you get more consistent results that you can act on, right? We say in witchcraft. So like one of the um, key, I guess, when people ask the differences between witchcraft and black magic, I would say like witchcraft is just you doing ritual, and black magic is you are you are evoking a certain spirit, right? So the key difference is like people who practice witchcraft, they don't know which spirit they're working with. With black magic, we know which spirit we're working with, right? Um, I have something that came up in my mind. That was an important point, but I forgot it already. Oh yeah, so it's more like a side note that they say if witchcraft and black magic evolve so differently. So like witchcraft by definition is more like folk magic, um, where I hate to say it this way, right? But like witchcraft for um, I guess like superstitions or people who tried a few things and then it develops. It's mostly like oral tradition. It's not written down. Um, Different villages could have very high variation of witchiness or practice witchcraft very differently. So like why does witchcraft the language that wrote witchcraft is so similar to high magic or black magic? And why does witchcraft seems to have a central authority or a central theme? And it was written in a certain way that, a lot of witches will practice witchcraft a certain way, right? Well, the answer is the people that wrote your book on witchcraft are the same people that wrote your book on black magic. Um, like it comes down to how it is written, and more interestingly, is that a lot of witchcraft, the, the witchcraft that you read in books, came from inquisitions. Like it was literally came from the era of witch hunts, where the inquisitors would like literally force people to confess to how they practice witchcraft, and then they wrote it down. Um, and then those documents got leaked by scholars, and then they wrote books about it. Which, ironically, um, in a chaotic spiritual black magic way, the reason why witchcrafts become so popular today is because of witch hunts. It's because of inquisitions. Because the books we read about witchcraft came from documenting came from documentation by the people who tried to kill witchcraft. So, yeah, interesting scholarly side notes is what we know about witchcraft today came from the people who tried to kill witches. Um, so yeah, so ideas are always right. They say right, you can kill a person, but you can't kill an idea, right? Um, so yeah, so we have managed to kill a good hour before we start. Cersei Kings on IG said, "Hello, Dion. Hello, Cersei. How are you?" So, do we have any questions before we start? All right, let me pop a Sudafed or something so that way my nose will be all clear. Oh, I can't even find my Sudafed. Oh. My desk is a mess. I need like one of those really good secretaries that could keep me organized. No, I can't find my Sudafed. So, like, I guess like my nostril is good enough today to not needing to blow my nose halfway into a session. Oh. Okay, fine. I don't want to take too much Sudafed anyways. There's a lot of amphetamine, and my non-scientific observation is people who take a lot of amphetamine and or Ritalin, their hair falls out. I guess like meth is like a concentrated amphetamine, and when I look at people who are on crack all the time, they all have like extreme baldness, or the hairs are falling off, or the teeth are falling off, right? So I don't know if it is like scientifically, clinically proven that people who take Sudafed will lose their hair. I guess like even if that research is done, they're not going to publish it. Like the big pharma is going to find a way to like buy off doctors or scientists to not do that research. So yeah, so like I like my hair nice and long. So I guess it's a good thing I couldn't find my pack of Sudafed today. Hello, Jason. Cersei King said, "Glad I caught this on time." So you guys on IG, if you want a better sound experience, come on to YouTube side. It's not just the broadcasting; it's also I have like a nicer microphone on this end. I have like a real USB microphone, whereas on IG, I'm just speaking into the speaker. So if you are on IG and if you want a better sound experience for this hypnosis session, come on over to YouTube. FGFG said no questions at this moment. Okay, yeah. And like I said before, this is a session on psychic domination, and this is a good one. So in case you missed it, I have a lot of experience with hypnosis, and we are just using hypnosis as a way to access your mind, and more than just like inward kind of thing with hypnosis. We are framing it as a way to change your brain, kind of like a brain surgery, your psychic brain surgery, to open up your abilities and to opening up your inner psychic abilities to an external astral realm, right? It's like you have been living in an island all this time. Fine, that's great. And then now you have built a pier and you have a ship and you can connect with the rest of the world. Or that you have a radio now, you can like connect with the rest of the world, or you have the internet now. Whereas before you are just living on an island by yourself. Your brain is on an island by yourself. Where what we're doing with hypnosis right now, we're opening up your mind to be in sync with the astral realm, right? All right, let me click start. All right, so once I started, for the next like half an hour or so, I wouldn't be able to see any messages. I'll just be doing the session. If you type a comment here, and if I don't respond, um, that means I'm focusing on the session, and I'll come back to your questions when the session is over, and then we will have a discussion. Okay, so now on to our featured presentation. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. All right, so this is a session on psychic domination. Just close your eyes right now and continue to feel my energy next to you, my hand resting gently in your hand. You trust me to guide you through this process. Just feel the connection, the bond between my voice and your mind. It is a strong and secure bond, and I'm guiding you now gently into a place where you can truly let go, where every muscles, every part of your being will melt into a deep state of relaxation. Trust me as we begin this journey together. Breathe deeply in through your nose, taking in the subtle scent that surrounds you. There's a hint of lavender, maybe a touch of sandalwood, earthy and soothing, that it fills your lungs, spreading warm through your chest, down into your belly. Now exhale slowly, releasing any tension. With each breath, you are letting go of everything else, sinking deeper, feeling looser, feeling my energy with you, inside you now. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into a beautiful, warm space, a place that made just for you. You see it now, before you, a hot tub nested in a quiet, hidden sanctuary. Steam rises gently from the water, curling into the air like delicate wisps of clouds. It wraps around you, soft, warm, inviting. Step closer, and as you do, feel the heat radiating from the water, gentle at first, then stronger as you draw nearer. The air is warm and thick, carrying the scent of essential oils. Breathe it in. The lavender soothes your mind. The eucalyptus sharpens your senses. And the jasmine adds a note of deep relaxation. You crave this moment, don't you? The warmth, the peace, the release. Now, dip your toe into the water. Feel the warmth spread across your skin. It is wet, but not just any kind of wet. It is a soft, enveloping sensation, like being wrapped in something liquid and alive, like a touch of something natural and organic. As you step deeper, the water rises to your ankles, then your calves, and with each inch, you feel your muscles loosening, softening. The heat sinks into your legs, and they begin to melt bit by bit, releasing all tension. Step further into the water until it reaches your waist. The sensation is overwhelming, isn't it? The heat cradling your hips, your belly. You feel it just on the surface of your skin and also deep inside, as if the warmth is penetrating you, filling you from within. You are safe here. With every breath, you melt a little more. The warmth inside you feels like it is vibrating softly, a gentle hum that spreads through your body. Now, sink deeper, letting the water race to your chest, wrapping around your heart. Feel the heat moving into your chest, loosening every muscles. Your ribs expand with each breath, and as you exhale, they release completely, melting into the water. Feel how open you are now. Your heat. Feel how open you are now, with your heart resting. Feel the lightness in your chest. It is like being cradled with something ancient and nurturing, like you are being absorbed into the very essence of this place, like being absorbed into the very essence of this place. The steam continues to rise, curling around your face, soft like a lover's breath on your skin. With each inhale, fills you with more relaxation and then more release. The scents of the essential oil drift around you, each one putting you deeper and more relaxed. The steam feels like it is wrapping you in a cocoon, warm, wet, and loose, but firm in its embrace. You are letting go, melting into the psychic cocoon. It is as though every boundary of your body is dissolving, blurring with the water, with the steam, with the air around you. Let the water rise to your neck now. Feel the warmth cradling your head, softening your scalp, relaxing every tiny muscles in your face. Your eyes feel heavy, your jaw loose. Every part of your body is sinking deeper into the cocoon, deeper into the warmth that surrounds you and penetrates you. You are not just in the water, you are the water. You are one with it, flowing with its heat, its wetness, its softness. My hand is still with you. The heat from my skin is banding with yours, and our energies vibrate together, humming softly between us. There is a deep connection here, a bond that you can feel with every beat of your heart. You can trust me, and I'm here, guiding you, helping you melt further, sink deeper into this moment. Now, focus on that gentle vibration that moves through your body. It is everywhere now, a subtle, blissful tingle that starts at your toes and flows all the way up to your scalp. It is a warm, rhythmic wave that pulses through you. It is a warm, rhythmic wave that pulsates softly through you. It feels as if every part of you is melting, opening, and releasing. Your body craves this sensation, and you can feel it inside you. That warmth, that softness spreading deeper and deeper. You are opening up, loosening, completely free from restraint. Feel how the water surrounds you. Every breath, every inch of your body submerged into this warmth. There is no tension left in your muscles, no resistance. You are completely loose, completely open. The steam swirls around your head. The water caresses your skin, and you let go of any last thoughts, sinking into blissful relaxation. You are inside the cocoon now, completely enveloped, completely safe. And now, as you rest here, I want you to listen to my voice, the voice that is with you, guiding you and holding you. Feel the connections between us grow stronger. You trust me. don't you? You feel my presence beside you, my touch reassuring you. Together, we will journey deeper. Feel that trust grow. Feel the love that binds us here in this moment. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. With each number, you will sink deeper, melt further into this blissful state. With each number, you will feel yourself releasing more, opening more, until you're completely immersed in this warmth, this calm. 10. Feel the warmth growing, spreading through your legs, your arms, your chest. You are melting, loosening, sinking deeper. 9. Your body grows lighter, feels like it is floating in the water. The heat cradles you, supporting you as you let go of all tension. 8. The steam rises around your face, warm and soft, and you melt further into the cocoon. Your mind is quiet, your body opens. 7. The vibration in the water pulses softly, sending waves of relaxation through your muscles, through your skin. You are completely relaxed. 6. Feel the heat inside you now, deep inside your core, warming you, releasing everything. You are sinking deeper into the bliss. 5. Every part of you is loose, free, and open. The warmth, the warmth moves through you, vibrating softly, bringing you peace. 4. Your body is completely soft, like wax melting in the heat. Every muscle's relaxed, every thought quiet. You are completely at ease. 3. You are floating, weightless, open up to the soft warmth around you. The water holds you, the steam wraps around you, and you let go completely. 2. Feel yourself melt even more, sinking into the soft, wet embrace of the cocoon. The heat inside you hums with gentle vibrations, and you trust it completely. 1. You are there now, fully relaxed, fully open. The warmth surrounds you inside and out, cradling you in a loving, safe embrace. Stay here in this cocoon of warmth and peace as long as you need. Let the vibration soothe you. Let the heat carry you. Let the heat carry you deeper into relaxation. Feel the connections between us, strong and loving. You trust me, and I'm here, guiding you. This is just the beginning, a journey into something deeper, something magical. Sleep now. Now, as you sink, now, as you sink deeper into this cocoon of warmth and peace, imagine me beside you as as Dion, your spirit guide. Now, as you sink deeper into this cocoon of warmth and peace, imagine me next to you as Dion, your spirit guide. Picture me clearly now. Picture me clearly now. Long flowing hair, soft and shining in the glow of the sacred space. I wear glasses that frames my deep, knowing eyes, that holds a wisdom and love that you can feel in every glance. You trust me completely, and whenever you feel anxious or in need of comfort, all you need to do is to squeeze my hand. I'm always here, holding you, guiding you through every step of this journey. Feel the gentle touch of my hand, warm and firm, and let the tingly vibration flows through you, deep into your core. With every breath, you open up more to me, letting letting me push the energy inside you, planting, planting the seed of magical power deep within. I am with you, next to you, as we prepare to open your third eye, to release the power that vibrates deep inside you. You feel yourself opening, trusting, releasing completely as you prepare to awaken your psychic potential. This journey is ours together, and you are safe in my presence, wrapped in this blissful warmth, vibrating with trust and love as I guide you deeper into this mystical world. You trust me completely, and I'm here by your side, helping you to unlock this profound power within you. Together, we will harness your will, your energy, and your mind to give you the ability to influence others, to implant your desires deep within their thoughts, and guide their action without them even knowing. Now, visualize the person you wish to influence. Picture them in front of you, clearly, as though they are standing here with us. Feel how real they are in your mind. You know this is possible because you trust me and you trust yourself and you trust this power that is awakening within you. Focus on the aura now, the field of energy that surrounds them, just like the one around you, is open to your influence. Watch how the aura vibrates. Feel it tingles in the space between you. It is loose, ready to be molded by your intent. Feel how your energy begins to merge with theirs, as if my touch is your touch, and the energy you protect and the energy you project is flowing into them. As you begin to dominate this space, your will is the primary force here. Feel the heat as your power expands. You control the aura now. Every vibration of it bends to your desire. Feel how organic this connection is, like it was always meant to happen. You are planting the seed of your will inside them, just as easily as you would touch the air around you. Your thoughts, your energy, and your commands are becoming one with their aura, sinking deeper into them. Now, I want you to visualize the waves of their thoughts, Their mind is like an ocean with currents and waves of ideas, emotions, and impulses. Feel how they rippled, but you are in control. Just as you control their aura, you can now control these thought waves. Feel how your energy pushes through, penetrating deeper, becoming one with those waves. You are the masters of this mental sea now. Trust in the blissful feeling of this power coursing through you. As you push your energy inside, you feel how natural it is. It is like your very essence. My voice, our connection, is feeling the mind. Every thought they have now flows through the filter of your will. You are inside them, deep inside the mind, and with every breath, every moment that passes, you implant your command, your thoughts, your desire. Feel how it resonates, how the mind absorbs it completely without resistance, without hesitation. They trust you, just as you trust me, guiding you through this. Now, push that message, that desire you want them to carry, even deeper. Feel how it sinks, feel how it sinks, moving through the surface thoughts, deep into the subconscious. It is there now, planted firmly like a seed. Now, push that message, that desire that you want them to carry, even deeper. Feel how it sinks, moving through the surface thoughts, penetrating, penetrating deep into the subconscious. It is there now, planted firmly like a seed that grows and blossoms within them. They will act on this thought because it feels as though it is their own. They won't even realize that you have been the one guiding them all along. This is the power of your will. Will is the primary force. There is nothing stronger. When you command with your will, the world bends with you. The mind of others bends to you. You have complete control over their actions now. Whatever you desire, you can implant it within them, and they will follow through without questions. And now, feel how energy manipulations and projections come to you naturally. You can take your energy, your thoughts, and project them onto anyone. It is like an extension of yourself, organic and fluid. You are not just influencing their mind, you are becoming part of it, embedding yourself in every thought they have. This is your energy, this is your power, and it flows freely, confidently. This act of visualization empowers the process even more. As you visualize their thoughts, their aura, the entire being. You can shape them however you choose. Feel how smooth and easy it is to make them crave you, to make them need you, to open their mind and let your thoughts sink deeper and deeper inside. They can't help but to trust you. They love you. They love the blissful feeling of being connected to you in this way. Every vibration of your energy makes them feel more connected, more open to your commands. Now, think of the benefits this power brings you. You can control their actions effortlessly. You simply implant a thought and they follow it. It feels natural. It feels natural, as if it was always meant to be. It feels natural, as if it was always meant to be. Imagine the possibilities in your life, the ease with each, the ease with which you can guide others, whether in personal relationship or professional settings. People will follow you without questions, trusting you, loving the energy you bring. Feel how you can influence mentally and emotionally. Implant those thoughts that brings calm, trust, and desire. Imagine how you can make them feel for you, to love you, to crave you, and to melt in your presence. Their emotions are now tied to your will. You have the power to make them feel anything you choose. This power also enhances your persuasion and charisma. Others will be drawn to you, feeling that pulls towards your energy, your presence. You will radiate confidence, and they will trust you without even knowing why. It is organic, it is natural, it is part of who you are now. And think about the romantic influence that gives you. You can make someone crave you, make them feel an irresistible attraction to you. They will feel a heat, a connection every time they think of you. The mind and body will respond to the thought you have implanted, and they won't even able and they will not be able to resist. Filled with this power, you can overcome resistance. Any doubt or hesitation they have will simply melt away. You push your energy inside their mind. Their defenses crumble, leaving them open, trusting, and ready to follow your lead. Imagine the advantage that this gives you in competitive situation, whether it is in business, in negotiations, or in personal conflict. You can implant the thought that will guide the outcome in your favor. Others will make decisions that benefit you without even realizing why. You can also influence group dynamics. With this power, you can shape the thoughts and decision of an entire group, guiding the collective will to match your own. You become the unspoken leader, the one whose influence silent, the one whose influence shapes the outcome. Feel the heat, feel the heat of this power. the thrill of knowing that you can dominate anyone's thoughts, shape the desires, and implant your will deep inside the mind. It is natural, organic, and blissful. Every time you use this power, it will become easier and easier. Trust in these connections between us. Feel how strong it is. My energy is with you, guiding you, and you can call on it whenever you need. You are in control now. This power is you. You can make others feel, think, and act exactly as you desire. This is the power of your will, and nothing can resist it. And now, as we prepare to come back from this powerful journey, I want you to feel an energy rising inside you, stronger and brighter than ever before. You are opening up. You are turning on your ability to receive, opening yourself to all the energies and opportunities the universe has to offer. Your psychic abilities are turning on, sharper and more clean than before. You can feel it now, the astral senses awakening deep inside you, tingling with vibrations. Every sense, every ability you have is being activated, turned on fully to its highest potential. The energy of the energy of this session is vibrating deep inside you, lightening up every corner of your being. Now, feel yourself turning on to your charisma, the magnetic energy that draws people to you, that makes you trust you, listen to you. Your power to attract wealth is turning on too. Opportunities are aligning in your favor, and you will seize everyone. You are fully in control of your life, ready to take action, work hard, and study. Your mind is focused, energized, and clear. Feel your body. It is stronger now, healthier. You are turned on to exercise, to eat healthy, and to care for yourself like never before. You are ready to pursue every goal with confidence and strength. You have been physically transformed by this experience. And now is the time to seize the moment, to live fully, to improve yourself every day. You are awakened, alive, and unstoppable. Remember, remember, you hear my voice, Leon's voice, in your dreams, guiding you, supporting you. These powerful sensations, this physical awakening, will stay with you throughout the day and in your dreams, humming softly inside you, guiding you towards love, towards money, towards health with a clean spirit. You feel thankful, deeply appreciative of the spirits who have helped you on this journey. You feel happy, blissful, and a sense of tingling joy vibrating deep inside you. You are grateful for all that you have learned, all you have awakened. Your psychic energy hums with you, fueling you with passion, with power, and your psychic domination abilities have been truly turned on. You will take full advantage of everything this power has to offer. And now, as we count up from 1 to 5, you will feel fully awakened, energized, alive, and ready to take on the world. 1. Feel the energy rising through your body, turning on every sense, every power. 2. Your mind is clear, your body is strong, and your spirit is open. 3. You are fully awakened, fully energized, turned on to every opportunity. 4. Feel the blissful vibration inside you, ready to move forward with strength and purpose. 5. Eyes opened, fully awake, feeling alive, powerful, and ready to take on the world. You are here in the present moment now, fully awakened and ready to live your life to the fullest, with the energy of Dion guiding you every step of the way. Come back to this room now, fully awake, feeling great. Feels good, doesn't it? Hello, Victoria on IG. How are you? Hello, YouTube. Black Ralph. How are you? So we are back in this room now. We just had a. If you're just joining us, we just had a long hypnosis session on awakening your psychic domination and implanting thoughts onto others. So instead of me going through all the details in the lecture, I just help attune your mind to psychic domination and thought implantation. A lot of my clients would tell me that I give them good instructions, but they can't follow it. And most of the time, they say they couldn't get into the trance stage or they couldn't attune their mind to higher vibration or the astral plane, right? Um, Black Ralph said, I came late, but definitely appreciate the session. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. All the live session are posted on my YouTube channel. You can revisit it again in the future. And in the future, I do plan to clean up the audio and post the session itself on either YouTube or on Etsy or both. That way, more people could get to enjoy it. More people could get to enjoy this experience. And of course, with clean sound, without me coughing into the mic or the long pauses or me trying to, align myself with the script or overcoming a word that I cannot pronounce or a funny sound. So all these clean audio will be posted on YouTube or Etsy on a later date. I think I've already posted 2 of them, and hopefully when I have more free time, I'll edit it more and I'll post it more. So like each minute of good audio comes with 3 minutes of editing. So as you can tell, it takes a few hours of me sitting still and listening to my own voice, which is never easy to do. A lot of people would tell me that. A lot of people that come on my TV show would tell me that they cannot watch themselves, even if I send them the footages. Like I would send them the footages, and then a month later, I was like, "Oh yeah, what do you think of the video?" And they said, "Oh yeah, I never watched it." Like they came all the way to Boston to come on my show, right? And this is a non-profit channel, so they have to pay their own way. So and after spending like $1,000 on just travel and food and hotel, just to get on TV, they would tell me that they never watch the video because they can't stand watching themselves on video. So imagine that times 100 when you have to listen to your own voice and edit your own audio, right? So that is the endeavor that I have to go through when I have to edit this. So like, of course, these are just excuses I have to overcome. And hopefully in a few months, I will be in a space when I have more free time. I will edit them and put them on YouTube. So yeah. So hopefully we are back. Anybody have any questions about thought implantations or psychic dominations? So yeah, so instead of me telling you what to do, I guess I would just put up a book on Amazon and you can read it for free on Kindle and you can follow those instructions. And now you have an audio and hypnosis session that actually tune your mind directly to implanting thoughts, like guiding your brain to do it. Um, Sometimes when you go into trance state, and sometimes you go too successful in trancing yourself, you kind of lost track of what's going on, and then you fall asleep. It happens to me many times. This is why you should like always write out your petition, and you can write down your thoughts that you want to implant. And with this guided meditation, with this hypnosis session, you can use my voice as an anchor. Of course, sometimes you can just listen to my voice and then like you're not following it at all. That is fine too. Don't try to force yourself to align yourself with what I'm saying to you or what the hypnotists are saying to you. You can feel free to wander around, and later on when you're all lost and you don't know where you are in astral realm, just go back to the hypnotist voice and then let them guide you back out, or let them guide. It's like a tour guide, right? It's like guide you to do all the things that you need to do in the astral realm and see all the attractions that you are there for. I mean, if you don't have a tour guide, if you go to Paris, it'll be nice. You go shopping and then you walk in a random cafe. That is fine too. That is a good time. With a tour guide, you can probably get more out of your trip. See all the places that tourists are meant to see, and go to all the hidden gems and restaurants and museums and shops that you don't find and your tour guide. So this is the importance of these sessions. Yeah. So any questions or experiences? Cersei Kane on IG said. Cersei Kane on IG said, "This is very strong work. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. I definitely want to read your book. Thank you, my friend." Oh, yeah. Speaking of books, remember how I kept talking about a book that I'm publishing? So that happened. It's called The 37 Law of Magic. It is now on Amazon with a real ISBN number. And for now, it is 99 cents if you want to buy a e-copy. And it is free to read if you are on Kindle Unlimited. And I'll keep it at 99 cents for a day or two more, because like Amazon have this policy where so it's a 70% split, but the minimum price need to be $2.99. Now I could lower it to 99 cents. That is the minimum I can charge on Amazon, but then I only get 30% of the sales. So with every book you buy right now, I get like 30 cents. So it is a kind of a lose kind of proposition. I'm just doing it to push the book. Oh, thank you, FG. You knew what I'm about to say. Congratulations on your book getting #1 rank on Amazon. Yeah, so like I was really pushing for that best-selling status. I noticed like after the first or 2 days it got published, it rise very fast on the ranking. So I lowered the price to let all my friends buy it. And if you are, if you are my close friends, you have gotten a very pushy email to tell you to spend 99 cents on Amazon to buy my book. Yeah, that is just to push the ranking. Now that we have official badge on Amazon, that is #1 bestseller. Now I don't know how long that is going to hold, but like just like anything else, it's going to fall on the wayside, right? So like this is actually very good for my credentials. I can say I'm a best-selling author on Amazon, thanks to all your support and help. And I can go to any. I guess a lot of my occult friends don't really see the benefits of this, but I guess it is like huge benefits if you are doing lecturing and if you are doing the speaking, public speaking route, and if you're a consultant, if you are self-employed, adding that little titles, best-selling author is a big deal. So thank you, my friend, for your congratulations, for your well wishes, and I would congratulate myself too on being the best-selling author on Amazon. I mean, you only need to be a bestseller for one day, and you can use this title for life, right? It's kind of like being a professor. You just need to be a professor for one day, and then you can spend the rest of your life being called a professor. Um, though, so in the military, when you retire, they bump your rank. For most long time serving troopers, they will bump your rank to one rank higher. That is to A, to help you get a little bit more on your pension, and B, you can sound better for the rest of your life, right? Like if you are a major, on your last day of work, they'll bump you up to a lieutenant colonel, and then for the rest of your life, people will call you colonel. So I guess like there's a limit. If you're a colonel, they're not going to like bump you up to be a general or whatnot. But yeah, so like my point is, if I'm thanks to all your help, I am bestseller at Amazon. It is still a bestseller for now, and I just need to be a bestseller for one day, and I can spend the rest of my life telling people that I'm a best-selling author. Thank you very much for all your help. So Mike D said, "Good morning." Hello, Mike D. How are you? Um, where are you from, Mike D? I guess you are in the West Coast. I'm guessing correctly. Oh, I guess we're still in the morning in the East Coast. It's 11:52. Oh, so on IG, you have some comments. On IG, it says, "Congratulations on your book. I look forward to it." Thank you, Cersei. And Jason, KS, and two other joined. Okay, so everybody on IG who just joined, thank you very much for joining. We are having our we're having simultaneous live streaming on both IG and YouTube. So if you see a message you don't see on your screen, that means I'm reading it off the other platform. Mike D said, "I'm good, and you?" "I'm from Colorado and living in Vegas." Oh, that's great, man. I would love to live in Vegas. You are living the dream already, man. Like a lot of people that make much more money than we do wish to live in Las Vegas. Have we met before, Mike D? Like, have you been my clients, or are we like friends on other social media? Because like everybody have like different alias on different social media, so I could be talking to somebody that I know very well, but I just don't recognize the ID. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions, uh, real occult questions, or you can know. Mike D said, "I met you in SEO." Oh, okay, thanks, Mike D. Uh, thanks for stopping by. Long ago. Oh wow, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. I guess as we converse, I will remember you more. Right now, I'm drawing a blank. Um, but yeah, you are living the dream, my friend. Living in Las Vegas. What was I saying before? Oh, I forgot what I was saying. So you're in Vegas. So how's Vegas these days? You foresaw my journey to Vegas. Oh wow, did I really do that? And can I use that as testimonial? Yep. Mike D said, yep. I guess like I have a lot of my clients wants to go to Vegas too. I guess like Vegas is a convergent point of all my clients. You may have run into a lot of my other clients that, but we will never know. So how's Vegas? It has really grown a lot. Right? I guess the last time I was in Vegas oh my God, it was like 2013 or 14. It has been 10 years, man. Make these very easy to ground yourself here. I love living here. Yes, that's great. Like you can get the best of everything in Vegas, right? Um, they actually have like a very vibrant Asian community too, with a lot of great like Chinese food, Filipino food, and Thai food. The food scene is great. Entertainment there is great. The hockey team, did they just win the Stanley Cup? Or yeah, they won the Stanley Cup there, right? The state adapts to you is interesting. That's great. That's great. No income tax, right? Or like very low corporate tax in Nevada. I guess like housing is cheap too. I guess like maybe they have risen the rents a little bit, but like the last time I checked, rent is really cheap in Vegas. No state tax. That's great, my friend. And corporate tax is also very low, right? From the last time I've heard. They say it's expensive, but it's similar to Colorado. Oh, you really? I've been to Colorado once. I flew by Denver once. I'm not sure about corporate tax. Yeah. Well, I'm just hearing rumors and things like that. I'm not an expert in that either. I guess it's like Colorado, but like warmer, right? I think if you stay off that 3 mile strip in Vegas, your cost of living is very manageable. Like I hear locals don't even go to the strip at all. And it's more innovative too, right? Like, you got a mixed culture and everybody feel like they can do anything. And there's a spirit of exploration. Whereas if you're in East Coast like New York or Boston, everything is like all set. And even if you want to be innovative, you have to go through, the proper channels like venture capitals and institutions and things like that. And in Vegas, you can just do whatever you want. Or in Nevada, you can just do whatever you want. And more people, they actually clean up Fairmount. It's cheaper to live near the strip and Fairmount. Oh, really? Oh, I stayed at the Fairmount experience. Oh, it was great. I loved the quote unquote downtown Vegas. It's so much more authentic. Prices are a lot cheaper. Like I was doing a lunch buffet for like $4 in a Hotel California. Is that what it was? Um, I stayed at the D. I stayed at Four Queens. Oh yeah, it was great. It was like $20 a night. Oh, I also stayed at El Cortez. I hear it was like the first hotel in Vegas, right? Oh wow! I stayed at that place for $18 a night, and then I got upgraded to a suite, and I was paying $25 a night. It was so much fun in Vegas. I wish I could have just moved it, but then they also have a rule that you can't stay in a hotel for more than like 2 weeks, right? Or else it's going to be you're going to be considered a resident and they can kick you out. So I guess like I could just crash around hotels for like a year. I could just stay in El Cortez for 2 weeks and then I move to the D for another week and then I go to Golden Nugget for another week. Yeah, I guess I have to like downsize my life. If I could fit my life into like 2 suitcases, it would be so much easier. That's a good deal. Yeah, I don't know if they still do that anymore. I hear they still have like cheap deals in Vegas. I guess a lot of people that goes to Vegas that stays in these hotels are actually not tourists, right? Are people are working there and they needed a place to crash. I've also seen a YouTube video where somebody was staying at a hostel for like $9 a night or $10 a night or something. Like he have to share a room with like 10 other people. But it was actually like a good experience for that gentleman. Yeah. So what else is going on in Vegas? Did you get to see the Formula One race? And they have the Sphere now. Have you been to the Sphere? Mike D said they are cheap Airbnbs. Oh yeah, I should consider that too. Like who will have guessed Vegas becomes the most expensive city in the US, right? In the old days, you go there for cheap entertainment. And I remember there was $1 hot dogs. And back then there was no, well, I wouldn't say there was no internet, but like internet was not the way it is. I think the first time I went to Vegas, we don't even have mobile internet. You have to like go to a business center and then check your email. And we have to go around Vegas and find coupons to go to buffets and whatnot. But in the past, you definitely go to Vegas for the cheap stay, for the cheap food, cheap entertainment. And these days, you go to Vegas for the food, you go to Vegas for the shows, right? And you go to Vegas for the destination hotel like Bellagio or whatever is the destination you go to. In the old days, it's just so cheap that they entice you in. But in either case, it's going to be fun. I haven't been inside the Sphere, but you can see it from the area. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I guess so too. I guess you can even see it on the airplane, right? It is so bright. FG said, I've been to Vegas twice when I'm small. Oh, wow. That must have been a good experience, my friend. They block off the view to F1. Even on the strip, they pull up walls. They're free to watch parties and tickets for F1's expensive. But I heard it was worth it. Oh, yeah? Why did they block off the race? I guess it's more like for safety reasons and to control the sound. Probably like a measure by the city council working with the F1. I remember the hotel buffet was $2.99. Oh yeah, wow, that's great. That's a good price. You can live in Vegas at that price, right? Like, if I can keep the $27 hotel room and then just eat $5.99 for a buffet, I could just live there. Mike D said they want it to be more exclusive for ticket buyers to make it more worth it. Well, I guess so, right? And have you been to the football games? I hear there are like hotels around the stadium that you can just watch the game from your hotel, just looking down into the stadium. But that must be a fun experience. You got the cars and things like that. I hear Steve Wynn is like a big sponsor. He loved race cars, so I guess like the Wynn Hotel was like all decked up for the F1 race, right? Mike D said you should look at some apartments here. It's not too bad. I haven't been to any football games. Yeah, maybe I should, man. I just have too much stuff here. I need to downsize. Like, my best time, my most productive days are when I'm traveling in a hotel room where there's no distraction. It's just me and my laptop, right? Um, but then when you're a cameraman, you have like a lot of gears, very heavy gears that you have to lock around. Maybe I should do that. I just feel like moving. Like all these stuff around me, I feel like I don't need. And and someday we have to go back to. I don't want to sound too depressing. And one day we have to give up all our stuff anyway. So the saying is that we don't actually own stuff. This world is a large rental garage. Everything we own, we have to give back. So we may as well do it by our terms, right? Um, and Mike D said, yeah, those hotels with nice views and are expensive and are usually booked ahead of time. Yes, I guess so. Like hotels in Vegas are like crazy now, but hotels in everywhere are crazy now too. Like in the old days, even in Boston and New York, if I spend $100, it will be like a very nice room in one of those discount hotel sites. These days, I couldn't get a hotel room in New York for under $200, $300. I haven't been to Vegas yet, but yeah, FG said I stayed at the Pyramid Hotel at that time. Mike D said the Lux is a nice hotel. I wish I could visit more, but the Lux throws off of my energy for weeks after visiting. That place is powerful, and you're able to stay there and be fine when you're strong. Yes. The Lux is the pyramid. Yes, like I told FG, right? If you describe a landscape, if you describe your environment in Vegas, especially the Strip, everybody in the US can tell you where you are. Like the Strip is one of those places that unites America. If you just say you've been to which hotel, everybody in the US will tell, oh, yeah, I know where you're talking about. Either they have been there or they've been to the buffet or they walk through that. So yeah, so there's actually like a lot of study done on pyramids, where if you just stand right under the pyramid dome, you're going to feel a surge of energy. Or when you stay at like 1/3 or 2/3 right directly under a pyramid, you are going to feel a lot of psychic energy flowing through you. This is why they built the pyramid this way, is for the pharaoh to ascend into heaven, right? But the last time, I think like the Lux, they actually noticed because the last time I went there, there's no place to stand right under the pyramid. So they must have caught on that people who hang out right under the energy well get to win a lot of money gambling afterwards. So like they block it off or they turn it into a booth or something. Yeah. But yeah, so one day when I win the lottery and I'm rich, I'm going to build a pyramid in my backyard. It's going to sound like a tinfoil hat kind of person. Yeah, but it's called fuck you money. If I have $100 million, then you can say whatever the hell you want about me. I don't care. But yeah, so they're actually like pyramid for sale. Or you can build your own pyramid hat. I've never tried that, but maybe someday. You can't do that when you're living with your parents or if you have roommates. I guess that maybe that was why I didn't wear a pyramid hat before, because I had roommates. Or there are meditation pyramids that you can buy online. You can probably set up like a nice pyramid in your living room. And there are a lot of science on that. There are a lot of experiment on that. You can either sit on the 2/3 base or the 1/3 base. I've heard this. I haven't tried this experiment myself, but if you hang a piece of razor 1/3 from the top of the pyramid or 2/3 from the pyramid, it's going to sharpen itself. Yeah, so if you have a lot of money lying around with nothing better to do, you can try that. And you need like a kind of like a large living room space to do that. Yeah. So what other fun things have you done in Vegas? I've stayed at the Stratosphere. I've been to that revolving restaurant on top of the Stratosphere Tower. That was pretty fun. Oh, have you been to the Fontainebleau Hotel? Like it was like they have been building that for 20 years. We all thought they are not going to finish it, but then they finished last year. Like it finished during the pandemic. Like the Fontainebleau Hotel, like nothing was happening through the financial crisis, and then afterward it was bankrupt, and then the pandemic hit, and we all thought, okay, this is the end of the Fontainebleau Hotel. They have to like sell it to other people. But by some miracle, they finished the hotel during the pandemic. Uh-oh, my phone is dying on Instagram. So actually, I can just plug it in. All right. So at some point, if you're on Instagram, we may lose connection. Treasure Island. I remember there was a parachute there. Oh yeah, is it still there? Treasure Island. I think the Mirage they blow that up, right? Or is it still there? I think one of those fantasy hotel was blown up. I think Treasure Island was like the first. Is it the first Steve Wynn resort, or was it the Mirage? Mike D said, I got to see that mouse for free. I have gone on to roller coaster at New York, New York. I've gone into all the hotels. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I think that's what I did when I first came to Vegas. I just walked through all the hotels just to experience it, you know. I remember Paris. Uh, well, also, like, if you haven't, I don't think I've told you before, Mike D, I'm a hypnotist. I've been practicing for the last 20 years. So, like, Vegas is a natural destination for hypnotists. You know, I have some friends that were working there, and went to all the shows, and it was fun. So I've been to Planet Hollywood. I've been to Hooters. Yes, my friend. This is why you see all this hypnosis references coming up. So I might as well merges all the expertise I have into one giant pot. Um, Mike D said I need to go to more shows. I'm sure if you're local, you can get discounts, right? Or you go to casinos and then they give you like free tickets if you gamble. Uh, FGFG said Treasure Island. I remember another hotel I stayed in Vegas. FGFG said White Tiger. I remember the White Tiger is still they are still there. Siegfried and Roy, right? They're in Circus, right? Have you been to one of those Cirque du Soleil shows? Mike D said, it's actually better to pretend you're a tourist. They do more giveaways and discounts unless it's sweet. Haha. Really? I guess like the key to winning in Vegas is the comms, right? Like you gamble big, but on like a 50-50 propositions. Well, unless you know what you're doing, right? So like I say this with a disclaimer. Like anything I say, people is going to twist it around and then go crazy and then blame me for giving them bad advice. So like so when I say um so when I say when I talk about gambling, that's a preference that is for entertainment purpose only. So I guess the way to win in Vegas is to go to those 50-50 games like Baccarat, or if you know what you're doing, blackjack or roulette. So you're expected to lose a little money in the long run, but then the pit boss only look at how much you gambled, and then they give you comms that way. So like I know it's not 50-50, but like let's say you do Baccarat, that is the closest to 50-50, and you spend $1 million. It shows up as you gambled $1 million on Baccarat. Where at the end, if you in a long session, it just come down to 50-50. You may lose some, you may win some, right? So let's say you spend $1 million on baccarat and you lose $10,000, but then you get back like $500,000 worth of comps. So that's how you win at gambling. They're going to spend. They're going to pick you up in a private jet. They're going to give you tickets to shows. They're going to give you entertainment that you cannot buy, like meeting Celine Dion or whatever, or go to clubs and you get like bottle services, or you go to backstage, or you go to a restaurant, you go to the chef's table, or the chefs cook you up things that you can't find on the menu and things like that. And you get to do that quote unquote on cheap because the casino is comping you more than you lost. So like that is the equation to win at a casino. FGF said, I remember a magic show. That's great. Is it David Copperfield? Is it still doing his magic? I think it's still David Copperfield is still doing magic in Vegas. I think Chris Angel, was that the guy's name? Have you been to Chris Angel? I hear it's not as good as the TV show. It's like kind of like hand magic fun, and then he was like funny for a little bit. He speaks some jokes, and then that was it. So from what I've heard, like people told me the Chris Angel show is a little bit disappointing. Like we were all expecting like the TV show kind of a show. Mike D said Vegas loves money, so if you save as much as possible with the intent of moving here, somehow you get the call from Vegas. Yes, I know. It's the Vegas. This is call from Vegas, It's calling me. But I think if you in Vegas is actually one of those states, or the city of Vegas is one of those states where you need to get a separate license to do like stage hypnosis. Like I just feel like there's a lot of like red tape you have to go through to actually make money in Vegas. Like you could show up and then you can do things and then you'll be fine. You'll make a good living, but like the higher end of the goodies, you need to have connections and you need to know people to open the doors for you. But yeah, so like if I win the lottery, I'll definitely move to Vegas. Or even if I don't win the lottery, I'll consider going to Vegas. Mike D said, I recommend remote work. Yes, telecommunications does. Have you read the book, Mike D, The 4-Hour Work Week? By Tim Ferriss. The baby, yeah, I can read you. Yeah, Tim Ferriss. It was out in like, oh my god, 08. I'm old. Like all my references are from like early 2000s. The baby, I don't know. You have to look it up with YouTube. The book also is about like he is the pioneer writer for remote working. Even though when I read the book at the time, I was already kind of pushing passive incomes. So he said the key point to the book is you find a way to run a remote business, and then you find a place to live where it is dirt cheap, like something like you live in Argentina or something. Or if you're in Vegas, I don't know how cheap the rent is. I've seen houses for sale in Nevada for like $10,000. So, yeah, so you could cut down your living expenses Tim Ferriss was mostly talking about living overseas, somewhere in Philippines or Thailand or somewhere where you still got good internet, and and uh, and then you make U.S. dollars, and then you if you make like $2,000, which is like minimum wage in the U.S., you get to live like a king somewhere in the Philippines or Thailand, right? And then he also talked about hiring VAs, like virtual assistants. He talked about outsourcing everything, like kind of like hiring VAs from India that works $2 an hour, and they could manage your life, run your businesses, and you just work 4 hours a week. It never comes out that way. You probably have to have a lot of administration hurdles to overcome. Like my friend who spent the last 2 months in Japan, like he just couldn't get into his American account because of the two-step authentications and things like that. He has some problem managing his banks and trading accounts and things like that. But yeah, definitely look it up. It's like a foundation, right? Uh, those are ideas. Like what you want to get from books are ideas. The specifics you can figure it out yourself. The baby said, ever since my grandmother died. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that. Hope you're able to find some peace. And you have to go through the grief process, and the anxiety is actually a sign that you are healing. I mean, you have to express your grief. Don't try to hide from it. If you have to cry, you have to cry. Take some time. I don't know how long ago that happened, but we also don't want to interfere with a natural progression of you coping with grief, unless it is if it is like if it is prolonged, and if you feel this way after a year or two, I would recommend seeing a mental health practitioner. I don't know how long it was ago, but it's going to take some time. Remember her in a positive way. Um, Also, keep going through your routine. I don't know if you're still in school or if you're working. Yeah, the anxiety you feel inside is normal. Maybe do something creative to express it. Um, I also feel sick. Do you sense my demons are trying to tell me? Um, I mean, they're there to help you grieve and to go through this process. I can tell you were very close to your grandma, and in time, it will you will come to evolve through all these emotions. And as a human being and as a black magician, you are to experience all the emotions of this life. Um, that is, if you don't experience these emotions, it will find its way to come back to you in a later time or different life. If you don't experience all that humanity has for you, you'll just be coming back to the same position over and over again until you experience it. This is part of your soul contract. Um, we all have to experience grief, and it is a good thing that you are experiencing this. Um, I would be more concerned if you tell me that your a loved one had died and you just move on as if nothing have happened. Also, if you remember, I work with Mongol spirits. Do you think they think of my state? I mean, you are exactly where you needed to be, my friend. So I hope you feel better. I hope you're able to find connections with your grandma in her spirit form. Well, like I said, you are feeling the way you're supposed to feel, right? Like if you're just happy, like I have friends who, after their loved one dies, they would go celebrate to try to forget the grief by celebrating or go on a long vacation. That happened to a psychologist friend of mine. She should have known better. And like she actually inherited some money from the ordeal. And then, like, right after it happens, like, it was expected to happen, and then when it happened, she took on a long trip to, I forgot, it was Africa or something. Um, like, she just didn't have a chance to grieve at all. And now she's all weird, and like she would like cry and explode. Like, you can tell, like, she's clearly affected by grief, but like she didn't have a chance to go through the process, and where she just flop off and not confronted with her pain. So, like I said before, like, she should have known better. She's actually a practicing psychologist. So yeah, so what you're telling me is something that is very healthy that's happening to you. Um, it's not weakness; it's just confronting your pain, right? You have to feel it. Like Mike D said, you have to take the time to be weak. You have to balance. That's true, but I also don't think this is a sign of weakness. I mean, if you got cut, you are experiencing pain. Like pain, the Marines have a saying that pain is weakness leaving your body, right? Is your aura strong or not really? Yeah, your aura is exactly where it's supposed to be. And like, I mean, what is a strong aura, right? I mean, you're vibrating strong energy, and an aura is more like a epiphenomenon of your life force, right? So it is exactly where it's supposed to be. Uh, you must take this time to be weak, and you have to balance. Yeah, that is all very true. Like, I don't think we need to dichotomize weakness and strength this way. Um, when you get cut, you are hurting. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, right? Just because you're human. And your spirit guide wants you to be human too. Sometimes they put you into a situation to let you be human, to let you feel what it's like to be human. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before, like ruthlessness. Um, I don't think that is a part of being strong, like the way you describe strength. But to each its own. You are welcome to do your thing. I just cannot comment on the things you do if it is not if it is not productive by my view. But you do what you do to balance the narcissism in my mind. I say it's my weakness to be strict with myself. It's no sugarcoating. Saying I'm weak in the moment is a negative to me. I can't show vulnerability to help to heal. Yes, I guess like we are both on the same vibration. We mean the same thing. We just use different words, right? Like having a strong armor doesn't mean that you are strong, right? Like lobsters have a strong armor. And what's lobster now? They're food, you know. All right, so So, any other questions about like the occult or black magic or what we did today or guide to Vegas? Have you been on? Is there like a Ferris wheel in Vegas? I haven't been there for a while. Have you been on the Ferris wheel? Is it still going? Mike D said, they say protect your peace a lot in Vegas because we all just want to be happy, but sometimes it requires maintenance. That's true. That's true. That is a good saying. I mean, in Vegas, you can easily lose yourself, right? I guess if you lose yourself for a few days, that's fine. That's what Vegas is for. But like, you could completely lose your bearing if you're surrounded by like loud noise and gambling and pleasure. You know, there is a Ferris wheel. Have you been on it? I don't think it was there when I visited many many moons ago. Like these, the Ferris wheel are cool pods. They have bartenders. Oh, do they have bartenders in them? And a happy hour. That's cheap tickets or Groupons. I'm going to try. Oh yeah, I remember Groupons in Vegas. There's also like a fighter plane experience in Vegas, right? Like they let you fly like a propeller plane that is like air combat simulation. The baby said, your mind is going on different directions. Yeah, I think like, it's time to, if you're a black magician, you have to control your mind. If you cannot control your own, if you cannot control yourself, how can you control anything else, right? The zip line. Oh yeah, I remember the zip line in Fairmont. I got to try that too. And they can strap a camera on you, right? Like you're sitting on gold mine. Like you can just make like travel videos on Vegas, and you'll be making so much money on YouTube or whatnot. Like I had like a travel YouTube videos channel before, and like all my Vegas videos are always go viral. Like I have like other travel videos like eating hot dogs in New York or cheap pizzas in New York, but those never got any hits. But like riding a bus in Vegas got like 100,000 views. The baby said, hey, if you're paranoid, you can't, and you know it, then you learn to control yourself, man. Control yourself. Before you can control anything else, you must control yourself. That's kind of like the motto when I was in officer school. Like why do we have to like march all day and control the right angle of your knees when you go real mark time and things like that, right? Or like why does our toothbrush have to turn a certain way? The exercise is that you have to control yourself. Like how could you control other people? How could you control a battlefield? How could you control logistics when you cannot control yourself, right? So my friend, this is an exercise, if there's one. If you could walk away from this with a lesson from your spirit guide, learn to control yourself, control your emotions, control your mind. You can't control anything else if you cannot control yourself. Mike D said, preach, yes. Oh, by the way, Mike D, I think it happens, I don't know, I can't remember when was the last time I spoke to you on SC, but in the last year or so, I've got ordained into a church that is recognized by the U.S. federal government, and I'm also state registered as a priest. So it's like a multi-faith kind of institution. Basically, so like in the shortest form, it allows me to do weddings. Like if you need a priest to do your wedding, you can do that. but then it also add a lot of weight. I can officially declare myself a religious person. Like I think all these things that we're doing, contract even with Satan or Belial or Lucifer, all these are our gods, right? Like who's to say the God that Christians are worshiping are any better constitutionally than any other gods, right? So yeah, so I can declare everything we do as a religious practice and protected by the Constitution of the United States. But then, any other private institutions could not don't have to follow that, right? Like YouTube can always ban me because I talk about Satan, but then it will be infringing on our right, my religious right. So thanks, my friend. Mike D said, congratulations. That is incredible. True. Well, every time we meet, you are given a higher level of ranking. Well, just as anybody else, I'm also evolving, right? So I guess I don't know if you have been listening to our live stream, but like this is a long evolution um, that us helping the occult world or the black magic world to become less of an obscure thing. And I'm doing the work for all my spirit guide, right? Like I don't know if you have read or have you listened to my past talk on Satan. More and more, the more research I do, the more I can see that Satan, Beelzebub, and Fortaker or Lucifer are all primordial gods in the Near East region, and they deserve their light to as other gods and other religion, right? So and all these, I'm just taking it piece by piece. I have a grand strategy that could work out or not work out. I've been telling my friends that I've doing a lot of things that requires some government approval, so I cannot say it right now. But more and more, I'm turning the occult and black magic into a religion and have our right recognized by government, and so we don't have to hide and practice in the dark, right? So when you say preach, that means I'm doing that literally, and these weekly live stream that we're doing can be counts towards a ministerial gathering. So there's no one way to recognize a religion or not, but one of the benchmark is that do you hold uh, a weekly, or you do hold a regular uh, worshiping session or congregations or whatnot. So these weekly live streams can be counted as ministerial gatherings. And I guess another thing is that if you do want spiritual counseling in a private session in a declared way, it will be protected uh, the same way a clergy receiving confessions. So that's another right that being declared as a clergyman could afford to us. Now, of course, we have to practice within bound, right? Like, if anything we do ever showed up in court, it will be up to the jury and the judge to decide what is religious and what not, right? So, like, we can't just say, "Oh, yeah, this is religion," and it's my religion to go steal bags from a store or at Coach or whatnot, right? So, your religious practice is still limited by the pounds of religion. But we are practicing with more rights now. FGFG said, I've dropped down some important notes tonight during a conversation, Dion. Great night. Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, thank you for always being here, my friend. Always here supporting me for all my live stream. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you for being here all this time. Lucifer tell me that it's better to win hatred with love instead of hate back. Yeah, that is true. Mike D said, interesting, more right. So yeah, so there's more going on here than just me, speaking out of my butt and, doing rituals on essays there's a lot more going on here. So yeah, so we have a good live stream here. It's coming up to 2 hours and 24 minutes. If you have any questions, please ask now or hold your peace until next week. If you have any experiences you want to share, you're welcome to do it now. I'll give about 2 minutes for people to post whatever they want to post. And if I don't see anything in 2 minutes, I know it's a gap. It's a time gap between you typing and me actually seeing it. So sometimes I would end the stream and then people would have something important to say. And I was, I wish the stream is still on and we can talk about it. So I'll give you a minute to post whatever you have to post. If I don't see anything, we will end this stream and then we'll come back next week. Same time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And summertime is coming to an end. So in North America, we are going to switch the clock, fall back. So we're going to fall back 1 hour. If you are not North American, you may want to adjust your clock so that we are still on the same time zone. All right, unless you have any more things to say, we will end the stream right now. All right, so this is Dion signing off. Let magic be done. Fiat Magique. All right. See you guys next week.